By the way, we have some very, very, very good news, okay? 4 activists jailed over 22 years over Elbit factory raid and police injury. So basically what happened is that these were the, what was it called? Was it Palestine Action? There you go. Palestine Action members that ran into, let me see, can I find this? Are there any images and videos of this? No, that's not it either. Fuck, I can't. Yeah, I don't know if I can really find this. That's too bad. Well, anyway, so, goodbye. Yeah, watch the video again. Yeah, I didn't know if I could find the video or not. But either way, these are the people that broke into the building. They were being restrained by police. It was the girl with, like, the really big sledgehammer. She hit a girl in the spine, and she damaged her, this woman's spine. She was a police officer. And so they literally, like, I mean, this was straight up out of, like, you know what it was like? It was like, so you remember the beginning of The Dark Knight where they, crash into the bank and they rob the bank? Well, imagine that, but it's for retarded liberals. Okay? Or actually, that's not even true. It's for retarded leftists, right? Crazed, mentally ill leftists that break in there, except for none of them are the Joker, right? They're all the first henchmen that get shot. And so they just totally fuck everything up. They crash it in there. Yeah, Elbit is a defense company from Israel. They have defense plants in the U.S. too. Well, that's fine, but I don't want to have people going into that building and then blowing it up. Also, this is important to keep in mind. Palestine Action supports Hamas. So this isn't like just an advocacy group. I want you guys to see this. The group has been highly active since October 7th. And it is prescribed as a terrorist organization. And this is the co-founder of the organization arrested and charged with inviting to subscribe. And let's see here. Statements claimed no faction of the Palestinian resistance, Hamas or other, has done anything wrong. So these are people who are literally defending terrorism. They are literal domestic terrorists. They're considered a banned terrorist organization in the United States. Well, if they're a banned terrorist organization, why are they not going around and arresting every single one of them and putting them in Guantanamo Bay, right? Or whatever their equivalent of that is, right? That's what you should do. I mean, these are literal fucking domestic terrorists. So that's really that I mean, in my opinion, right? I mean, that's what I think they should do. So terrorism is terrorism. The excuse doesn't matter. Yeah, for sure. And what's the holdup? Exactly. They won't do that for some reason. Yeah. I mean, so basically, the far left woke idiot Charlotte Head thought you could break into a government facility, start chimping out, and nothing would happen. She's just been sentenced to 4 years. And there it is. And this is, again, do you remember what I said before about how Mehdi Hassan is one of those people that will always rationalize, defend, and deflect from Islamic terrorism or things that benefit the goals of Islamic terrorism? Well, here's him doing it again. So he says, gut-wrenching, they smashed a policewoman's spine with a sledgehammer. Zach Polinsky is on the side of anti-Zionist domestic terrorists. Yeah, well, I mean, what are you going to do about it, right? I mean, somebody like that should be getting sent to like a fucking solitary confinement cell, right? And you're a part of government murder tens of thousands of people. You want to justify the TV to justify those murders. So this is, again, trying to reframe it, and you don't want to talk about this. What does that have to do with driving a car into hitting a police officers with a sledgehammer? Ultimately, people like Mehdi Hassan will always run defense for groups that support and enable Islamic terrorism. In a saner world, all 4 of them would be executed. And by the way, I'm being generous here because the truth is that I would probably go even farther with these groups. I would. These are literal terrorist groups. They go out and they kill people, they hurt people, and they're fucking insane. So that's it. And you should never, again, like the only reason I respond to any of this stuff or say anything, in the same world, Mehdi would be deported as well. He would be, right? And I think he should be. I mean, he's literally a terrorist supporter. So why would you allow a person that's a terrorist supporter to stay in the country? It just makes sense to deport people that way. I would do that to all of them. And so, yeah, I mean, if you can't unequivocally condemn terrorism and any form of violence, then you just have no place in Western culture. You don't. And so that's it. Something big rocks and small rocks. Yes, exactly. And anyway, isn't he an American? I don't know if he is or not, but things can always change. And so anyway, 3 of the 4 people, this is his defense of it. 3 of the 4 people didn't attack the police officer, and all 4 were cleared of violent intent. Imagine driving a car into a building and then fighting off police officers and hitting one of them with a hammer, and then you think that you should be cleared of violent intent. Oh my God. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? This is what they do. And this is the reason why you are always wasting your time trying to debate and argue with these people, right? Because they are literal terrorist supporters. They will lie. They will cheat. They will say whatever they need to say in order to get the approval of people who are too stupid to know any better. That's the reality. And so what happened to the officer? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. And, yeah, check his quote response to me. Oh, did he respond to me? Let me see what he said. What is this here? I didn't even see what he said. Let me see. Is there a response? I'm not seeing it. This freak, 1.3 million followers, wants to execute a group of young people who took direct action to prevent a genocide. He wants to execute them. The modern online fascist right. Okay. Yes, that is exactly what I want. And I will vote for anyone who will do it. Okay. And, yes, just very plain out and very simple. This is exactly what I want. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your understanding. There you go. And so, you made a typo, so you're wrong? What I want? Yeah, I will vote for anyone who will do it. Yes, okay. Somebody said I made a typo. I did not. I did not make a typo. I thought I got it wrong. But, no. Okay, there we go. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yes, I thought about doing this, but yes, this is exactly what this is exactly 100% what I want. Just say you don't live in the UK. Well, I mean, I think that we should do the same thing in America. Yeah, I think I think that we should do the same thing in America. We should do the same thing in the UK, in Australia, in Canada. It should happen everywhere, right? And that's the way I see it. Anyway, thank you for this. Yes, exactly. And I think that it's important to just be pretty out there and direct about how you feel about this stuff, because I think this is exactly the way that I feel about it. Dear valid consumer, what is the other word people? Yes, guy, give it to you. You're becoming more retarded every day. Sledgehammering peace officers will not prevent a genocide. Yes, and sorry, but sledgehammering another person is not okay. Nah, he's right. You're mad because he called you out as an Islamic terrorist. That is exactly right. And there it is. And give me a single example of urban war does not mean your definition of a genocide. In a saner world, Asmongold will be executed for supporting a genocide. What does this have to do with any genocide anywhere? You can't go inside of a building and hit people with a sledgehammer. This is actually a very simple concept. But, you know, as usual, this is what happens. What the fuck? Well, it's just some fucking idiot. Who cares, right? And so anyway... And these go-to people are schizo over Palestine. Yeah, I'm really not interested in what's going on in the Middle East, if you want me to be honest. And yeah, exactly. And these, by the way, these people are because they are ethnically connected to it. That's the reason. They're ethnically and religiously connected to it. And so they are always defended. So sentenced and imprisoned on the grounds of terrorism, no jury ever convicted them of. Meanwhile, the British government continues to aid and abet the greatest crime of our time, a historic miscarriage of justice and a truly dark day for civil liberties. So you have these people, right? And I want you to understand what these people are doing. They are literally defending putting people in jail for taking a sledgehammer to the spine of a police officer. That is what they're doing. So like whenever you see any of these people saying this stuff or anything else, when did you support genocide? I wasn't aware I did that, right? But you know, this is the reason why they say that. They say that you support genocide or you're okay with genocide. The reason why they say that is so they can have the moral upper hand with you and they can hopefully win the argument optically, right? So they can say basically any bad action that they take is of course like not as bad as genocide. So it makes it to where if you oppose the bad actions that they're taking, they assign you to being on the same side as a genocide. And so it's an emotional buzzword. Yeah, it's the new word. The thing is that genocide, and it's already starting to happen, it's losing its power. Because, like, you know, there is a lot of power behind that word, because you had things like the Holocaust, right? You had things like the Great Leap Forward, and you had actual real genocides. But, you know, we've kind of replaced that whenever it's like, you know, losing a war, right? For example, losing a war is not a genocide. So yeah, Rwanda, yeah, the Rwandan genocide going on for, what was it, 28, 27 years, something like that. Quite a long time. So anyway, if the police shot them, they would become heroes. Oh, I totally agree with you. I know that. And wait a second, sorry, I was trying to do something, and I saw my phone was low charge, and I wanted to make sure I had it plugged in. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't working. All right, it's fine. And so anyway, what the fuck? That a person used a sledgehammer and think that they were Triple H? Yeah, well, I mean, again, that's what these people do, right? And so they will always defend this because, and this is the reason why you should never listen to these people and take their standards and accept their definitions, because their definitions and their standards are completely weaponized. Their goals are to disarm you while enabling themselves. So they're all going to defend this. Gut-wrenching, 4 Palestine activists have been jailed for a total of 22 years for causing $1.2 million of damage and fracturing a policewoman's spine at an Israeli weapons factory. Oh my God, this is barbaric. They were not permitted to explain to the jury why they carried out the attack. Well, who cares why they carried it out? I mean, if it was up to me, I don't know why they're alive, if you want me to be honest. I think it's embarrassing that they are. Like, why are you allowing literal domestic terrorists to stay in your country, and now you're taking care of these people? What a waste. Yeah, you should hang them or something. Like, I mean, really, that's what I think. And so it's embarrassing. I guess one of the drawbacks is being a violent criminal. Oh, here we go.
They're likely to have to spend 66% of their sentences in prison. And when they do get out, they will have that word attached to them for the rest of their lives. They'll be accountable to the police every time they move house, open a bank account, try to travel abroad, make a relationship. Every part of their lives will be monitored by the police. And their lives will be extremely restricted permanently.
Not enough. Not enough. It's not enough at all. And fuck around and find out, shouldn't have done it. Exactly. I guess this is one of the drawbacks to being a violent criminal. Yes, exactly. And so is this the court?
Would you each stand up, please? Charlotte Head, for the offence of criminal damage, I sentence you to a special custodial sentence of 6 years less 45 days.
It's nothing.
That consists of a custodial term of 4 years and 320 days and a 1 year additional license.
What year is this, like 1790? I mean, Jesus, they still doing this? They've got to get like some girl to help them with their cosplay. This is awful. Like, really? Like, I mean, he does not have this on.
I disqualify you from driving for 4 years and 91 days.
Oh, that's good.
Leona Cameo, I sentence you to a special custodial sentence of 6 years less 45 days. That consists of a custodial term of 4 years and 320 days and a 1 year additional license. Fatima Zainab Rajwani, I sentence you to a special custodial sentence of 5 years and 8 months less 45 days. That comprises a custodial term of 4 years and 200 days and a 1 year additional license. Samuel Corner.
This is like a scuffed version of the, you know what this is like? This is like the bad cosplay version of the Agarth and emissaries that met with Trump yesterday. It is. It's like a bad cosplay version.
I sentence you to 3 years and 8 months imprisonment for the offence of inflicting grievous bodily harm. For the offence of criminal damage, I sentence you to a consecutive special custodial sentence of 5 years. That comprises a custodial term of 4 years and a 1 year additional licence. The total sentence in your case is therefore 8 years and 8 months. And you may now be taken from the dock.
I am so disappointed that it wasn't more. It should have been way, way, way more. And how on earth are people defending this? Because, well, here's the reason why they're defending it. And these are the people that did this, right? And let me see here. Can I find it? So this is what these people did. I'm not. We're gonna watch this video. It's only a 4-minute video, and you're going to see why they went to jail. This is, yeah. As I said, bro, like it's like scuffed. It's like scuffed Dark Knight.
From both of us. Put it down.
See? Imagine saying that they didn't have violent intent. They're literally running at people with sledgehammers. Yeah. Oh my god. And she's trying to push her away. Look at that. See, she got a literal sledgehammer.
Harass the guys.
Well, wait. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, there's the frame. See? Look at that. She got a sledgehammer over her shoulder. She getting ready to hit somebody with it. She getting ready to bonk. Yeah. And this is what these people are defending. And so I want you to understand that every single time that you see something bad happen, this is why I never capitulate and I never recognize any wrongdoing that anybody that like is basically aligned with me does. It's because these people have no problem basically allowing literal terrorists to ram into a building and hit people with sledgehammers. This is the reason you never give these people an inch.
Get the fuck out right now. I'm going back.
Was one of their goals to destroy what was in the factory? I'm not really sure what the reason was. I don't know what their goal was with this.
Are you going to leave or not? I'm leaving. Okay, leave that.
Uh-huh. Why doesn't he have a gun? This is in the UK. And I think this is the police officer.
Get back.
Arms facility selling to Israel, allegedly? Oh, I see, yes. Look at this. Look. This is what these people were doing. Anyone condemning that they got a sentence to jail basically said this should be allowed to happen? Yeah, because they want it to happen. That's the whole point, is that they are literal terrorists and they want to enable other terrorists. That's what they want to do. It's not complicated. It's not hard to understand. It's not, oh, wow, I wonder why they're saying this. No, they're just terrorists and they want to support terrorism. That's it. In a normal world, you'd shoot them on sight. I agree. Oh, wow, look at this. Wait, let's watch that again. Look at this. Wait a second. There we go. Oh, yeah, this right here, gentlemen. Hey, guys, these are the people that they're defending. They're defending literal people running in here and hitting you with a sledgehammer. Oh, my God. Look at that. Totally insane. I know. And they're calling this protest. This is insane? Yes. The guy was already concussed, apparently? Really? I had no idea.
Mate, drop that now. Fucking drop that fucking thing now. Drop that. Taser.
This is my favorite part of the video.
Right, stay where you are. Right, get your fucking hands out now. Get your hands out now. Right, you're under arrest for criminal damage and a fee, okay?
Can you please
No.
do it so
Get your arms to your back.
No, you don't have to do that legally. You don't have to do that.
You can't do that legally.
Look,
You're fucking hurting me. You're fucking
Alright.
hurting me.
These were the people right here that they're saying that they're innocent, that they shouldn't have gone to jail.
Please.
stop.
Oh my God.
That really fucking hurts.
Yes, you're messing.
Uh-huh.
Get your fucking
This would have been, yeah, maybe now they can ban hammers.
taser, taser.
That's what they should do. Yeah, now they can ban hammers. That's a good idea.
2 tasers. We've been hit with hammers.
I hate this video. They needed a beatdown during the arrest. I know.
She's standing on me.
Right. J-
So yeah, I think we should execute him. That's what I think. Yep. I don't want to deal with this. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I'm tired of dealing and having to accept the constant, unrelenting terrorism, discord, chaos, and just total fucking psychotic behavior that these people engage in on a daily basis. I'm tired, boss. I am. I'm tired. And I think most people are tired of this. That's a fair statement. I do. And so, yes, this stuff is recontextualized all of history. I want very, very rough things to happen in my lifetime. I know that. Why would the Hammers do this if they're on accord? How? Which method? If you really want my honest opinion, you're not going to get it because it probably could get me in trouble. But it has to do with a sledgehammer, and it would be public. That's what I would do. So that's me, right? Calling out Mehdi and Polinsky completely crazy. Even the UK Reddit is doing this. Is Reddit actually turning? They're going to have to lobotomize Reddit again. Wait, really? Uh-oh. Zach Polinsky, gut-wrenching to see it. No, Zach, they were jailed for direct action against an arms supplier against Israel. They were jailed for driving a van through a wall building without a care of who might be on the other side. Having plowed through the wall, they leaped through the van, armed to the teeth with sledgehammer, axes, and whips, and other homemade weapons. Now, it could be reasonably argued the hammers were for damaging equipment, but what were the axes and whips for if not to harm and threaten people with harm? Well, I mean, if you hit somebody, like, I don't know, like, does this guy ever play Dark Souls? Like, axes do really good pierce damage, and they do good slashing damage, and hammers do good blunt damage, and they build up your stun gauge faster, and it's easier to stagger enemies. Like, you can absolutely use hammers in PvP. Everybody knows you can use hammers in PvP. Like, what are we even talking about? Like, oh, it was only for breaking the stuff up then, right? And the whip is useless. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Like, yeah, stop going to Israel, stop blowing up Palestine. Like, what are they gonna do? Yeah, it's not meta anymore. Yeah, there's a reason why it's called War Hammer. Imagine that, right? And so this wasn't direct action. This was a carefully planned raid with the intent of causing as much mayhem in the pursuit of political aim, also known as terrorism. This is what they've been jailed for. They're going to have to lobotomize Reddit. This bloke is certifiably insane. It's not enough that he's certifiably insane. You have to do something about it. Because if you allow these people to stay in the country and do this, they're going to radicalize more people. The faster that you put a stop to it, the faster it stops. That's what I think. Many women have used their high heels to kill a man. The stilettos swung hard enough to go straight through his skull. I never heard of that. That sounds great. It sounds like it's a Charlie's Angel shit. But like, yeah, my cousin supports Zach Polinsky. Helped me turn him normal insane. So the goal, I've said this before, my goal is never about changing people's minds. I have no interest in changing people's minds. My goal is only about trying to communicate and then, look at people that are undecided and then bring them over to my side. These are like the people that believe in this and are okay with it are complete lost causes. They're a total lost cause. You can't, reason with them. You can't talk to them. They're just stupid. And so in the same way that you can't explain to a dog why it shouldn't, like, oh, there's coolant spilled in the garage. Oh, the dog's licking the coolant. Now the dog's dead. Is that your fault or the dog's fault? It's your fault. Why? Because you just shouldn't have had the coolant there. I mean, it's just a dog. So you don't want to waste your time for that. The only thing that I care about doing is making people realize how bad this is and making people more accepting to radical solutions to solve it. That's literally all I care about. I don't care about any of the what do you call it? I don't care about anything else besides that. I don't care about winning the argument against these people in their mind, because you can't win an argument against somebody that doesn't want to lose. You can't. Even if they think that even if you think that you won, they're just going to say that they won anyway. It's like, as I said, it's like playing chess with a pigeon, right? You can win every move, and they're going to knock all the pieces off the board and think that they won anyway. So yeah, that's it. They don't argue, they just talk at you. Yes, exactly. And yeah, at least the dogs have the excuse of being innately unable to critically think. I've got some bad news for you about most people, man. I do. I've got some really bad news. And so anyway, gut-wrenching to see people jailed for committing crimes, fucking dumb. The framing of this as a legitimate form of protest is abhorrent. This man is effectively praising and inciting criminal damage and violence. Yes, and this is the reason why I have totally stopped all of my narratives around, like, oh wow, like, you know, any of this other bullshit, like any other politics, like these people, like whatever these people are for is probably a bad thing. Because who the fuck defends this? Only crazy people would defend this. So that's it. Can't win the argument if their IQ is too low to understand the argument in the first place? No, it's not about that. It's like what I said about religion. People believe these things on a matter of faith, not rationality. So you can't go and explain it to them. Quite the change of tune. Just the other day, social media is extremely dangerous, needs to be banned, as it can apparently lead to riots, which Polinsky condemned, but not using a sledgehammer of peace on a policewoman as a peaceful protest and legitimate direct action. This is exactly the reason why they need to be treated like terrorists. They need to be treated like terrorists and completely oppressed. Totally oppressed, totally shut down. And guys, I want to tell you, I'm the nice option, okay? Because there's a lot of people that are watching this probably and that see it on Twitter, and they think to themselves, why is he being so reasonable? I think I'm being extremely reasonable. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, you can't reason a person out of something they didn't reason themselves into. That's exactly correct. You're right. Doug was crying about the riots in Ireland, by the way. That's the reason that these people have no standards and no morals. That's the reason why you should always treat them that way. You should. They think these are extreme views when they're actually moderate. They're young and brainwashed. Yeah, I think so in some cases. 50 years we remember for it'll be played in genocide museums. Oh my god. Callous brutality of the British state in the face of a slaughter of Palestinian people. Oh my god. Like the sand wars. Let's bring more of the sand wars to America. Let's bring the sand wars to the West. And look at their faces. These kids were just sentenced as terrorists and jailed for 22 years. Britain's never not at it. Thank God. Look at their faces. I know. And anyway, so that's generally the way that I feel about it. And just know as Banez believes that someone smashing a sledgehammer policewoman in the back is legitimate, justified direct action. When people tell you who they are, believe them. These people do make me angry. I don't like them. And the one thing that I don't like the most is that there isn't a complete and concerted effort in just completely destroying them. It's unfortunate that there are not more people that are willing to take drastic action. It is, but we'll see what happens, right? I mean, like, maybe things will begin to change. Especially, I think that this is another point on the graph that everybody can look at and say, well, look at this. This is another person that is, again, I love how, by the way, he replies to this. And so this freak with 1.3 million followers wants to execute young people, took action. So everybody here, look at this here. Execution might be a bit much. Couple decades in prison. I think it's important to execute them to send a message. It's more, the message is more important than the punishment. Because it's not really, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for everybody else that thinks like them you're doing it for everybody else that thinks like them in order to make it so that people realize that this is what happens, right? The entire idea of execution is the message. Yes, that's the reason why. It's the deterrence of it. And so they fractured one smart this, but nah, he's right. You're mad because he called you out as an Islamic terrorist. And Man, talking to young people, how do you know where these shoes are from? Uh-oh, uh-oh. And so do you agree with the Quran? I don't know what the fuck the Quran says, right? And anyway, what is the rest of this? Well, let me go back down. If you attack a person in cold blood with a sledgehammer, you might need to get executed. I am so happy. I am so happy that the tide is turning. I am. I'm so glad. People are finally tired of dealing with this bullshit. We should bring back heads on pikes. I like the sound of that. And there's a petition you can sign which forces Brussels to stop migration. It's called Save Europe Act. It's doing pretty good. What do you think you can... What do you think? You're going to fill out the petition and they're going to have to do it? What if they just don't do it? Like, you think that you're going to be able to fill out a petition and then they're going to have to do what you tell them? Like, what do you... Like, they put that petition out there so they can give people like you a relief valve so they don't take more drastic action. That's the reason why. Executions might be the most moral solution. Thinking of the trolley problem, which would also save more people from bad decisions by executing one. I completely agree. I do. And let's see. Did he respond to this? Wow, what a surprise. 6 measures, being a legend of history, will be a champion. Yeah. So it looks like there's no response at all. And I'm assuming that he's probably, if anything, he'll probably retweet it. Because the reason why people retweet rather than respond is so they don't get ratioed in the comments. It's so they can continue to use and like advertise to all of their followers to try to help push and like support them and everything. That's the reason why it happened. And yeah, there it is. I'm in the UK. I can show you the best food, and I love these comments, man. I really do. And so Assange should be banned for he calls for violence. Also, Zach, yeah, I call for state violence all the time. I don't want vigilante justice at all. I don't think that somebody randomly should shoot him. I think that we should come and make a decision through a court of law and then apply this punishment legally. That's the difference, right? And also, like, again, you know, I don't support terrorist organizations. Hassan does. So that's a pretty big difference, too. It's a huge difference, actually. And anyway, the man who steps up to do these extreme measures to save Western civilization will become a legend in history. We want a champion who will step up. We need leaders in the country who have the same ideals. I will vote for them in an instant. These people eventually get to experience white rage in its purest form. I think that, honestly, there's plenty of people that are non-white that are fed up with this shit, too. I think most people, because you've got to keep in mind that there are a lot of people, and, you know, I understand that, like, you know, things can be very polarized, but it's important to keep in mind that there are a lot of people that left these other countries and they came to first world countries because they don't want to live there. They don't want to deal with that shit. They want to live in a normal society where you can walk down the street without getting robbed. The police aren't going to randomly, you know, beat you up and take your money. They want to live in a normal area. So I don't think this is just white people, right? I mean, these are predominantly white countries. I mean, I think that there's a correlation, but it's not a one-to-one. It's certainly not. And yeah, that's the way I see it. I want to show what Mehdi said before. What did he say before about this? Let me go back and see if I can find it. Let's see if I open it up. Master debater. Yeah,
Muslims from the rest of those human beings who live their lives as animals, bending any rule to fulfill any desire. Once we do that, we are lost.
This is the guy. Once Western civilization wakes up and sees people like him for what they are, I think that we can finally work towards making things better. And that's why I like to go live and I bring this up all the time, because I know that eventually people will start waking up and they'll start noticing and they'll say, wait a minute, why do we deal with this? Why are we putting up with this? And sooner than later, it's going to happen. Mehdi is Islamist subversive. He absolutely is. He 100% is. Sound like an unhinged moron? You're too old to think owning it makes it cool or fun? It's, again, this is still inside of the frame of, like, caring what... this is the problem with people on the internet, right? Is that they're worried about what other people think. I'm not worried about what other people think. I mean, to an extent I am, because I want people to agree with me and vote for the thing that I want. But, like, other people's approval is not necessary to me. Like, I have a lot... And you guys saw that, by the way. Remember what I said about the Lolly stuff? Remember how everybody crashed out over that? Remember what I said before about Stellar Blade, right? I didn't like the way the character looked young. People got really mad about that. Remember what I said about abortion? People got really mad about that. I don't give a fuck if people like it or not. I don't give a fuck. It's great when they like it, but if they don't like it, well, too bad. You're getting it anyway. That's the way it is. High school mentality, yeah. And people like Mehdi pretend to be enlightened liberals whenever they're talking to Western people, and then they go full funding nationalists behind closed. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what they do. And anyway, your vote? No, I will vote. I will vote next time. And by the way, if we get a candidate that's willing to do this stuff, then I will actually vote. But it's I will not vote for somebody who does not promise to do this. Like, I want to have the promise of these people being lined the fuck up and packed up. That's the way I see it. Vote for Paxton? I don't know anything about Paxton, honestly. Like, I will vote for whoever, like, I don't know. Like, I'll vote for whoever the fuck. I'll figure it out. I appreciate your honor this, just saying what the current thing is. You make it more the current thing. I do. And that's the reason, by the way, this picture really... It's really a good picture. Like, I don't know why. I really like this photo. I think it's a great photo, man. And Bill Paxton, yeah, I don't really know anything about him. People said bad things about him. Other people said good things about him. Like, that's really, I don't really have too strong of an opinion. And, oh my God. Bring back the aura. Yeah, I like the sound of that. And, yeah, space killed the domestic terrorists. Exactly. Yeah, it's really that simple. Oh boy. Yeah, there he is, and I that's all I want. That's all I think. This is a very, very fair and reasonable ask. It is I am a reasonable guy. I am, and so do you want to get the ice? Maybe, right? And yeah, sure. You look like Vlad. You think he had a better hairline than I did? I don't have a mustache either. I have a full beard. Your entire philosophical foundation is the rest of voting actually working. Do you think it's possible with the current rigging and outright fraud built into the system? Well, I mean, I will advocate for what I think is in my best interest, right? And like realistically, I think that that's the solution. Is that and the way that you solve it is you don't solve something like this overnight, right? You don't make decisions and change things overnight. Things like this happen over time, and they happen over like a decade or 2 decades. So the goal is about creating like basically it's like a stepped program. So the first step in the program is to completely delegitimize and demonize and make illegal and then prosecute all of the people that are terrorists, all of the terrorist actors, all of the problematic people. Then after that, it's about going after their families. So that means getting rid of welfare benefits, getting rid of other forms of like, migration benefits, getting rid of any form of government subsidies for foreigners. And so then you make the country completely inhospitable to them. So then they have to leave. And then once they leave, you don't have to worry about them voting anymore because they're not there to vote. You see how all this fits together, right? So like there's a stepped program for how you solve this problem. And it's not something that you do overnight. It's what happens over decades. And that's the mindset that I have. And why can they vote? Well, I mean, because they have kids, right? They have kids, and then after you have enough of them gone, then you can propose to remove the rest of them through rescinding and revoking citizenship and then sending them back. And any of the ones that are criminals, you would also retain all of their assets too. So you'd seize their bank accounts, seize their homes, seize everything that they own, and then send them back with the shoes on their feet and nothing else. So that's my mindset, right? And then after that, so then you have to go after the people that are then you have to go after the people that are in the country that enabled it, right? And that's whenever you go after them afterwards. So some more government control? Oh yeah, I mean I absolutely, yeah, bro. We would control every aspect of their lives, every minute detail, of course. Yes, bro, like, we're gonna Palantir the shit out of them. Fuck yeah. What did you think we're gonna do? Yes. Duh, what do you think? Of the air? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, are there any questions about that? I feel like it's pretty simple, right? It's very, very simple. I think get rid of the enablers first, then the immigrants. No, I think that the immigrants have to go first because it's easier to do that. The enablers are harder to do. And yeah, it's harder to do that because they're citizens and people will have more of a sympathy for them. So it's important to remove as much support as they could possibly have. So anyway, let me go back. Or inciting violence. Oh, or it's is this him talking about inciting violence? It's crazy how these people just love to lie, man. I do. And oh my God. What is this? Is this Hassan? Another Hassan talking about me. What a surprise. Here we go. Let's take a look at it. Do you think Ireland's skipping ahead and to make a country inhospitable to foreigners plan? Well, I don't know yet. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Like, a couple of houses getting burned down doesn't really do anything. Like, I don't really care about that a lot. I mean, like, and it's also, like, it's just fire damage. Like, I don't really even massively support that either. I think that you have to do things legislatively, right? Because there's, like, millions of people that live in Ireland, right? So whenever you burn down 3 houses, is that really solving a problem? Of course it's not. So you need to look at how you can solve the problem on a larger scale. Have JD and call it the Impaler Act. I like the sound of that. Yeah, that's good. What is this?
A politics that works for them. And we see it in all sorts of different places. We see it in the dozens of states where communities reject building.
I love how he closes it and he thinks that he's gonna like move away and not get triggered, but then he immediately opens it back up because he actually did get triggered.
Here to just get banned because I hate almost every single parasocial loser around here. And on that echo chamber of the Roach King, buddy, look at the screen in front of you.
Yeah.
There is no parity between a random dude who never leaves his house and is just like fucking rehashing white supremacist comments that he reads on fucking Twitter.
It's white supremacy.
To, you know, what we are trying to do around these parts.
What, bring in a bunch of fucking terrorists into the country? No, yeah, that's... I mean, it's not really something to be proud of, right? I mean, like, oh yeah, what are we trying to do? We're trying to run defense for foreign Islamic terrorist organizations and allow infinite migration so we can have ethnic voting blocks. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know about that.
No one thinks you're 200 IQ big brain for thinking that there is some kind of parity or moral equivalence between the two. Enlightened centrism might have worked in like 2016. It's 2026, it's been a decade.
Yeah.
Enlightened centrism got us Donald Trump twice. Okay?
Yeah. That's right.
It's time to pick a side, buddy.
You can't be with us. And by the way, my mindset is that if you don't want to play the game, you don't have to play the game. This is the difference between people like me and Hassan, is that I accept that some people don't want to be part of any movement. They don't care about any sort of, you know, oh my God, this is some like, you know, we have to stop this. You have to have an opinion on all of these topics. These people want to force you into an opinion, right? And my best argument for like supporting a person like me and things that I believe is that I don't want to do that. My goal, I will never force you to be on my side. I will never guilt trip people into being on my side. I will never try to make these like moral things where like you have to agree with me, you have to be on my side. I will never do that. None of this moral blackmail. And the reason why is because I fundamentally respect the people that simply don't want to engage in this. Meanwhile, with these other people embody the principle of you might not care about politics, but politics cares about you. They're coming for you, and there's never going to be a place or a way that you can avoid their influence if you allow this. And so that's it. You're either with us or against us. Yes, they have a you're either with us or against us mentality, and they apply it to everything, and they attack people on all of these, on everything. Hassan insults and threatens everybody who isn't supporting him. Yes, exactly. Do you think there's a correlation between supporting Palestine and being pro-open borders? Well, I mean, obviously there's a correlation. Like, yeah, definitely. And so anyway, just like go to White House. And also, like, one of the reasons why I don't like doing this stuff is, like, I just simply don't like doing what Hassan does. This is like me saying that Hassan is a loser because he doesn't, he doesn't have a level 90 character in PoE 2. He's playing a game that I'm not interested in playing. I have no desire in playing the game that he's trying to play. So I don't know why he's constantly trying to, like, self-aggrandize himself and, make a big deal out of the fact that they have him as some speaker at like a Democratic Socialist event. Like, I don't care about any of that. Like, I mean, I've been invited to a lot of events. I've been invited to a lot of things. Like, people have wanted to have me come out and do that. And I have no interest in doing that. So it's very odd for him to look at that. Like, I don't think that that's what my role is. I don't want that to be my role. I don't want to do that. So it's just that simple. He wants more money and recognition. Yeah, and I think that to an extent he does care primarily about how it messes with like his image, right? People seeing him in a certain way. That's why he's like mentioning and talking about how, the Jumbotron didn't talk about the fact that I was at the NBA game, right? I mean, oh my God. Like, who does this? I mean, people do this that are like narcissists, right? Or like, self-involved in one way or another. Is any part because of concerns for your safety? No, not really. I mean, I've always had this stance. Like, even before Charlie Kirk or any of that other stuff. Like, I don't like doing IRL streams either. I just like sitting in my house and talking. That's really about it. And again, I maybe I'd go on a podcast here or there, sure, right? But like in general of going out there and doing this is that it's just not something that I find any desire to do. And if I ever changed my mind, then maybe I would do it. But right now I haven't. So that's it. Role is unique in politics is better for everyone for you not to play games Hassan's playing. Yeah, and also, like, and here's another component, is that Hassan playing, and this is another, you're right about this, is that Hassan is an extremist. And I would say that a lot of people would say that I am an extremist too. The difference is that Hassan is a terrorist extremist, and I am an extremist for Western civilization. So, like, he's bad and I'm good. It's really simple, actually. He's supporting people that want to blow up and, kill all the Jews, right? I don't want to kill all of the Jews. This is just like a difference between, the people that he supports versus the people I support, for example, right? I think that's a bad thing to do. And so, anyway, all that being said, and also like it's women, non-believers, etc., right? And sure. And so you're nothing like him, thank God. You're not an extremist. Well, I'm just saying, like, but people will think that I am, right? I'm not concerned with what people's opinion. Like, people look at the word extremist, and I think that there's a negative connotation to it. I don't mean it as a negative connotation. What I mean is that my viewpoints are outside of the Overton window of what's acceptable to be discussed in mainstream politics. What I'm saying, like, for example, executing these people, removing the age limit for the death penalty. Let me think before, like, like just bombing Iran, like bombing the shit out of Iran. Like the kind of viewpoints that I have are just really not, they're not as socially acceptable. And you're a conceptual extremist, sounds old-fashioned extremist. Yeah, maybe, right? But anyway, my point is that the other people will always have to deal with Hassan's radical language and him saying that things like, America deserved 9/11. Like, average people hear America deserved 9/11 and they don't care what the context is. They're going to say that that's really bad and this person doesn't represent us. The majority of Americans don't want to vote for somebody who supports Hamas, somebody who supports the Houthis, right? This is just simply not an American value. And inside of the Democratic Party, there are effectively two different groups of people. Well, there's multiple groups, but there are two main groups of people that are fighting each other. And one group of people are people like Hassan, who are the ethnic identitarians, religious identitarians, foreign war enjoyers, or not enjoyers, but like foreign war and foreign, like involvement focused. Like, they don't care about what happens in America. They care about what happens in Palestine. And that's because they have like an ethnic or religious solidarity with those people, and they don't share that solidarity with the American people. If they did, they would be more than willing to put bygones away and vote for the lesser of two evils of Kamala Harris. And you can immediately see that. And that was the big reason why they didn't do that. And so that's, foreign war profiteers. And so people focus on groups. Yes, they literally hate America. Yeah, and these people actually do hate America. They do. And they hate what America stands for. They hate America's history. They hate everything about it. And so, and the only time that they'll be telling you that they like America is when they're trying to convince you so they can continue hating America and have you accept it. That's the only time they're going to talk about how good America is when they're trying to subvert it or lie about it. So America's a place to be conquered. Well, it's resources to be reallocated. I think that's a better way to look at it. But yeah, you're right. And so anyway, the difference, I think, that is that, there's that party inside the Democratic Party, and then there's also your old school Joe Biden, Barack Obama liberals, right? They have, they're the ones with the coexist bumper stickers, the feel-good hippie liberals that, like, their opinion, like, yeah, dude, like, I'm gonna get an electric car because, like, I don't want to, like, fucking kill the environment, man. And it's like, these guys, like, yeah, dude, they need to pay the workers what they're worth. It's fucked up that these rich guys have all the money. We don't have any money. And at the end of the day, man, some of the things that they say are right. And we need those guys. They're Americans. They are. I think that some of the shit they think is stupid. Yeah, it's kind of silly. And maybe you're kind of wrong about it. But it's endearing in a way because at least they care about the country. And that's the difference, right? Old liberals just to be anti-big government. Well, I mean, that's gone back and forth a lot. So yes. Do you know what the environmental damage that the electric car batteries cause? Well, that's the reason why I used it as an example. It's because electric cars have their own unique way that they affect the environment. But these people don't really know that. They just listen to whatever's being said. But yeah, Hassan cares a lot about being approved. And he inserts himself into political races and into the Democratic Party and into different, politics. And I think that in doing so, he actually damages those movements. I think he does, because he makes himself a very easy target that people that are his opposition can attack. Basically, they, instead of attacking the candidate, they can attack him by proxy because the candidate's supporting him or working with him or collaborating with him. And so he actually is a detriment in that way. It's a parasite. Yeah, basically like a parasite. That's right. It's the same thing he said about, like, joining other people's streams, right? It's like, why does he want to be on other people's streams? Well, it's so he can, go and get other people to watch him. Like, I think that's kind of a bad reason to do that, isn't it? He was bad at electricity, don't understand it. Yeah. He's a grant-sending tourist. Yeah, sure. And just in general, that's the way I see it. I don't understand why they come to America if they have such a dislike for it. It's very easy to understand this. So the reason why is because they want the stuff. They want free stuff. It's that simple. I know it's not easy to peel off. Amazing if people chanted free Palestine wherever people gather, especially sporting events, so it send a powerful message to our governments and to people who support freedom. Oh my God. This is the only thing that they care about, man. This is it. And to show support, not just Palestinians who have suffered so much. Yeah, it's all about this bullshit, man. And it's an invasion. Yeah, they're coming here for the free stuff, man. And it's really just that simple. And anyway, so I'll go back and show this. So apparently, Restore Britain had one of its first bigger rallies. And a lot of people apparently showed up. Take a look at this. Man, for less than a year, this is pretty good. I'd say it's good. It's really good. Yeah, it's amazing. It's got to be a lot more people, though. You got to have a lot, way more people. This is a good start, but it's got to be a lot more. And 4 months. Yep, 4 months. And, again, it's going to take a lot more time. Rupert Lowe handing out badges to Restore Britain supporters.
Who's going to give these out?
Uh-oh.
Do you want to take these out? I can take it if you want. Hand those round to everybody. Those are all badges for the room.
All right.
Go right down the line, yeah.
Man, how about that? Yeah, that's 5 months. This is just for canvassing, not a rally. Oh, it's just for canvassing. Holy shit. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, yeah, I thought it was something else. But, yeah, let me go back. I'll see if there's any more of these. So this is just for canvassing for Restore Britain. Man. It's a lot of people. It's a whole lot of people. Yep, it's it's absolutely unstable. I mean, it's great. Yeah, I'm very happy to see this many people doing it, but it's got to be a lot more. And left complaining about reform. Just wait till they hear about restore. Yeah, I know. And he's a fraud. Look at his old tweets. Well, I don't care about that. I mean, he's saying the things that I want him to say, and he's the closest thing that we have to the change that I would want to see. So I'd be happy. It's really just that simple. I'm not interested in your purity testing. And so anyway, let me go and find a few more of these here too, because there's been a lot more of these people doing this. And apparently Liverpool, there's even more riots too, because there was another attempted decapitation, right? Not trying to be racist, but notice that they're all white. We want our countries back. Yeah, I think that overwhelmingly Restore Britain is going to be white, because it's definitely, it's a bring the country back to pre-migration periods. So yeah, obviously it's going to be mostly white people that think that. Duh. Damn. That's a whole ass lot of people. God damn. How did this even start happening across the world? I think people started waking up and paying attention to what's been going on, right? And because of that, I think it just made them mad, and they've been, more open and discussing of this stuff just since then. And I feel like that's the actual reason why. It's nothing else that's even more complicated than that. It's going to escalate? Well, I mean, like, you would hope so, right? I mean, obviously you would hope so. But, again, like, it'll take time. It'll take a long time for something like that to happen out in the streets. I mean, you need, by the way, I want to tell anybody who's, like, optimistic, you need to have way, way, way more people than this. You do. Like, this is a great start, and it's amazing that you have these people out there that are protesting, but you need, like, 20 or 100 times this many people in order to, like, really make the change that you're looking for. So if they're doing canvassing and everything, I think that's going to really help. One more thing about the planet. I don't want to hear about your opinion on climate change, okay? Like, I know a lot of people want to go and give their 2 cents and their take about, this is what I think about climate change. I'm not too interested in it. I get it, guys. I understand it, but it's not a big thing for me, okay? Brother, chill. Yeah, exactly. Just chill. You need to cascade until change happens. Can't stop and wait. Yeah, I think that's generally true. You're right about that. And let me go and find this. Oh, here we go. This is when I'm not in Harlow. This is Harrow, London.
I was gonna do.
What were you gonna do then?
Is your camera? I don't need to tell you what I was gonna do. This guy, fam, is coming. No, it's off. What do you mean? Don't butt in my business.
Listen, you know what you're doing, Ak. You know what you're doing.
Don't call me Ak, fam.
You know what you're doing.
You're trying to mess with our money.
I'm not messing with your money.
I'm gonna show you something right now. Come to the alleyway right now. We're gonna show you what time it is. We're gonna show you what time it is, bro. We're gonna make sure you can't work no more and earn no money because you're trying to butt in with our money. And bruv, do you know what I do to people like that? Come here now. Come, let's go.
Why would I come there? Why would I come there?
Brother, don't come in the business.
I swear, when I'm not in uniform, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out and whip your teeth out. You know that? If I give you one punch, I'll knock all your teeth out.
We got people.
I don't know why you're getting aggressive.
Bro, come across the road now because you're trying to mess with our money, bro.
I'm not trying to mess with
I'm
your
gonna
money.
show you what time it is. Come now.
Nah, do your thing, man.
If I call a police officer for you, he'll fuck you up, you know.
Why would a police officer fuck me up?
Because we work with them and you didn't know that, did you? So come across the road now because I'm going to show you what time it is. Come across the road.
So can I...
That's crazy. How about that? Yep, there it is. I dropped them already. I mean, again, fuck these turds. Yeah, it's just like Australia. Yeah. And self-snitching. I know, good advertisement for Restore. I don't see how people can look at this and not realize that something needs to be done, right? And I don't think you saw this. Let me take a look at it. I don't know what this is. Let me find it. UK immigrants attack police officers in group. What is this? Well. Move. Yep. Wow. Well, how about that? It's not a cop? What is this here? Is it not a cop? Well, who is this person? Yeah, that's not a cop? Oh, so they just... okay, so they just beat the shit out of a random guy then. Okay. All right. Well, does that make it better or worse? I don't really know. So, okay, I guess so. It's a council traffic warden. He had a ticket machine. A council traffic warden with a ticket machine. Is that the ticket machine right there? Oh, okay, that's all right. Wow. And holy shit. Intermediate, yeah, I guess so. This is why we love the Second Amendment. Yeah, traffic cop gone wrong. Oh my God, I feel no sympathy. Will shed no tears for two-tier police obituaries. Yeah, and oh my fucking God, that is brutal. It's a 21-year-old traffic warden being savagely assaulted. The custodial sentence given to the filth was only 9 months. Wait a minute. So this is the guy. Just a random, everyday, average chud. Just your everyday chud, and he gets the shit kicked out of him by this guy, and he only gets put in jail for 9 months. Oh, man. Oh, man. How about that? I'm gonna deport his ass? I wouldn't deport him. I would not deport him. It's very annoying, isn't it? And not a chud. He has purple hair. There's plenty of people that are purple. He's a guy, though. He looks like a chud. And he'd be dead without the helmet? Yeah, he would be. He would. And civilized guys, so much classier and civilized than us thinking Americans, right? Well, these people aren't British, right? They're foreign invaders. And so it's important to keep that in mind. They're not, this guy, I mean, he's just a random guy. He's trying to help and do whatever he can.